Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I did a little bit of a deck haul. I call it my conscious deck haul because I did pick my decks in the sense they were not on a whim in that sense, you know. I had a little bit of a windfall. Some money came in that I was not expecting. So I invested in some decks I really wanted, that I had in mind for certain practices or something, you know. So well, that's what I did. But it's more than I would normally, you know, buy in a month. I wanted to show you also, so I'll show you the new decks that came in, and I will show you then also a little bit why, you know, with which decks I will pair it in that practice that I'm having, or well, at least give you a little bit of extra information as to why or how I'm using them. There are two, how would I say that? They are two decks that didn't fit directly a practice, but that I was contemplating maybe building some kind of practice around it, you know, if it goes the way that I hope it goes. Because sometimes you think something about a deck when you see it, no matter how many times you see it, once you actually have it in your hands, it's of course a very different experience. So let's start, because I already posted in a Facebook group I'm in, you know, about this one, the Sacred Hex Oracle. I was intrigued with this, and I'm not liking the box at all. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet, but for now, you know, because the deck comes in two, which already is annoying. This one is already shuffled because I was trying to play with it. The guidebook is good, a lot of information, you know, even though for me personally it's very focused on, well, the Wiccan or the pagan aspects, and even though I can tap into a lot of it in a more neutral way, some, yeah, I really need to think about. Okay, then my first point of critique, I hate this cardstock. I don't know what's happening here yet, but here, this is what happens with the deck. It gaps, it doesn't stay together. I don't know what happened, yeah. I have experienced bowing and all of that, you know, but this one takes it to a whole other level. Anyway, there are 4 seasons kind of in this deck, you know, and even though in one of the suits there is really like a season, or it's more elemental. Anyway, let me see, because they not seasons per se, but let's say 4 suits. We have the Sacred Hex, these are 14 cards. The seasons, also 14 cards. The stories, again 14 cards. And then the spells. I did my first pull, and even though it was interesting, I find that with this, I need to build with tarot or a different oracle deck. Last night I was playing with this, because the tarot I already found, which was the Stunning Tarot. Oh, I didn't pick that one here. Ah, stupid. Anyway, the Stunning Tarot 2nd edition, they're very small, so visually, in the sense of how it all fits, I didn't like the smallness of the deck, but it was the only deck that really was aesthetically pleasing in that sense. And then yesterday, because there is some line work and black and white kind of, or beige, sepia thing going on here, I also pulled in the Wild Unknown archetype deck. And this is where I could get more in depth. So this again is my personal experience, yeah, because again I only pulled 1 card from this deck, but that 1 card was very specific into, okay, this is what you need to look into, and then actually the message stopped. Of course your intuition can guide you, but for me it was, I needed to pay attention to my dreams. Okay, and then what, you know? Why? What is that gonna give? You know what I mean? It's sometimes hard to explain, right? So when I pulled in the tarot, the stunning tarot, and then I even put the archetype there, you know, this is where the reading expanded. So again, I need to work a little bit more with this one to see if that's always a necessity, you know, or is this deck just meant to be, yeah, that giving that initial information and then, well, it's done, you know. So I was happy. The art is a little bit, well, not weird in a weird way, but it has something different, which I do like. It is, of course, yeah, I think we have two, this one and I think it was the first one that you can see are, even though she's beige, of course, but they are supposed to be African American or African descent, you know, which you can see in the hair. So it isn't truly expansive in the, I feel, in diversity in that sense, which I'm not always liking, but I think in this one I can go along with it, you know. I think I just want to play a little bit more before I can really, like I said, all of these decks, these are not even reviews, right? These are just my first impressions when they came in, how I think about using them. And like I said, with this one, it's about building an initial practice maybe around it. So like I said, I still need to play more. This is, anything I say that even sounds negative, it's not about the negativity. It's really about me trying to find my footing, you know, in the deck that I'm having. Although the criticism is real, yeah, when it comes to the cardstock. It's horrendous. I hate it. I'm not liking it. And the box is also weird, you know. There is no... Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, there is no stability, you know. Not a fan. For now, because like I said, I'm still trying to see how am I gonna work with this and how will this fall in my practice. Like I said, I will keep it in here. Probably it will get a different kind of safekeeping, because again, it's weird. There is no, you know, stability. Anyway, that was the Sacred Hex Oracle. Don't know, like I said, how I really feel about this one yet. Yet. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna have some towering going on. This one is the Alchemical Visions Tarot. I wanted this deck for already such a long time, and every time that I wanted to, well, pull the trigger and buy it, it was temporarily out of stock on Amazon, you know. And then I was like, you know, I will wait. Anyway, like I said, because I was finalizing a little bit of like, well, what can leave the wish list, yeah, and what do I really still want to bring in, you know. So this one came along. It's a deck I'm not having yet. I ordered, but I think I'm gonna get this end of the month only. I ordered the Sea Witch Tarot or something. I thought that aesthetically it would be very pleasing with this, even though this too is a tarot. This is like these are the backings. And yeah, the title card, and well, as you know, they are humongously big. Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. They are big. I mean, they are big. But this is what I wanted to do with them, because there is so much going on, you know, in one card. Yeah, I was really feeling like with this one, I want to use it in that oracle kind of style, you know, like we pick one card and we're gonna build around that with either tarot or other oracles, you know. I really love the busyness, yet there is structure. I love the black and white versus the color pops. So yeah, like I said, I wanted this deck already for such a long time. And this is why I say I think except for the size, you know. I mean, I got space here, you know. I'm blessed, I have space. However, yeah, I mean, we could even sit on the ground, right? We could make space, but I think because there is so much layering going on, you know, to really let a card speak to you, one card at a time is all you're gonna need, you know. But of course, to each their own. You can use as many cards as you want. And again, depending on space, you can put a blanket on the ground and spread out. But they are amazing. Again, a deck that is less diverse. I think I found 2 or 3 that were, well, not white people. But I think I can forgive that in that sense, because it's not about diversity here. It's here really about diving into that those spiritual layers, you know. So again, with this one, I'm not having a problem that it's less diverse. There is so much going on. And of course, again, they're humongous, which in all honesty I love. I have no idea how I'm gonna shuffle this. Yeah, as you see, it's still in order. Most of these decks are, because they came in this week, so I'm really like trying to find that place, right? I know initially why I bought them, but even when I'm having them in my hands, you know, it's different. I get these sparks of inspiration, like, oh, I can do this or I can do that, you know. So, and especially with this one, it's not shuffled yet. I would not even know where to start. We will see that, but not on camera live. But again, I mean, these are beautiful, right? There is so much going on. This one actually inspired me when I saw this to maybe make something similar in the sense of black and white with these color pops, you know. But yeah, then I was thinking, yeah, but we have that with the Wild Unknown, because that too, in a very different way, right? And then you have other decks that really came after the Wild Unknown, who did very similar things. So I was like, you know what, I have this. I love this, yeah. I'm good. There is no need. So yes, but I cannot go through all of them because there are too many decks. But yes, this one is the Alchemical Visions Tarot, which again, it's crazy. It's craziness, and I love it. And like I said, this one too is for, like, I want to build some kind of practice around it. I don't know yet how exactly. I mean, the book is actually very in-depth. You can see we have here, oh yeah, you have 2 full pages. The lettering is a little bit small, yeah, but that's okay. For the majors here, we have sometimes even 3, you know. So yeah, there's a lot to unravel. But yeah, because I wanted this one already for a longer time, I don't know how exactly I'm gonna build that practice around it, or what the practice will be. I just know I wanted it, yeah, and I'm gonna figure it out. So these 2 were really like, I have this vague idea. I want to do something with you. I just don't know yet. So yeah, these 2. Let me put them aside. Okay, let's start with this, because I actually did shuffle this one. The Magickal Botanical Oracle. Very early on, I found this one very interesting. I was a little bit afraid it was maybe too Fae for me, because, well, I don't deal with Fae, you know. And a friend of mine had it, was very disappointed in the smallness of the deck. Which I could understand, because there's a lot going on. However, I wanted to give it a try because I had a very, again, specific reason for this one. Okay, so I think you've seen this one. It made a splash already on YouTube, right? On TarotTube. 1 second. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to pick my own deck. So like I said, this one is shuffled because this one came in actually yesterday. Yeah, so I don't even have it that long. I think just a little over 24 hours. But when it came in, I knew Miss Kelly from The Truth in Story did a live walkthrough of this. I was even eyeing it then. So I took my coffee, I opened my deck, and I pressed play, you know. So I was just having fun seeing her thoughts. I always love to hear her thoughts, you know. So I did the flip through, the initial flip through with her. I was playing a little bit with it because the reason I, well, kind of decided to go for it in that sense, yeah. I created, I showed it in a few videos now. I created a big cat deck kind of thing. There are some house cats in there too, but mostly big cats for my work with Sekhmet and Bastet. Oh, it's other way around, yeah. So I was looking for a deck because one is very warrioress, right? She's a warrior, she's fierce, yeah, Sekhmet. And where Bastet is the softer side of that, right? The loving mother, the healer. So anyway, I was looking for an oracle deck, or otherwise I was gonna need to make one myself. But I was thinking about this one. And then something happened because I was just thinking about this one. I have this and I got some extra copies from my printer because I pay for one, but sometimes I get one, sometimes I get two, and in this case I got 4. So I was playing with one and I modified it. So I still have my big one and I still love this, yeah, but when I made it in this size, I was like, oh my god, I think these sizes, yeah, will fit perfectly. So because I did some chopping, yeah, I lost some of the back, but I think the integrity of the back is still there, you know. So that made me very happy. When I started to do the modify, yeah, I think I was a minute in and I was like, oh my god, this is horrific, it's not gonna work, yeah, I messed up. But I was like, you know what, I got 2 other decks, you know, after I chopped this one up. It's no big deal, right? I mean, it happens. I'm just gonna keep modifying and I will work from there, you know. So after I finished it, yeah, I think it was in the last part when I did the bottom, because as you can see here, I had this line, this line thing here, and I chopped right between, well, there and the line, the title and the line. And suddenly I saw it forming, you know, and the moment I was done and I had it in my hands, I actually fell in love with it even more, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I still love my original design, yeah, but I don't know, they pop here. This is why we don't need borders, right? The size of the deck is also great, yeah. It's not too small, it's not too big. And then this deck came in, to mind again, you know, the Magickal Botanical. I was like, not only, yeah, is it gonna be aesthetically pleasing because, well, not one is big, the other one is small. I think they will really work together. And I was playing a little bit yesterday and I think I wasn't wrong. Of course, it's a very different style, right? I mean, we have here photographs and this is drawings, you know. But for some reason, for me, you know, they really work. I think they really work. So the thing is, when I thought it was too fey, yeah, I needed to separate my mindset, because one video actually helped, which was Miss Kelly, yeah, because she said it was fey, but the book, yeah, describes them as plant spirits. And with this, yeah, I could I could change my mindset, you know, like it's not fey, it's plant spirits, the spirit of the particular plant, you know. So this is why I went for it and I'm not regretting it. I think this would be beautiful, you know, with my Sekhmet and Bastet readings. So yeah, this is why I got this one. it was in my wish list, yeah, and then every time I thought about buying it, either one, it was very expensive, and I was like, I'm gonna wait. And like I said, it kind of aligned this time, yeah, because when I checked it, yeah, normally in Amazon.nl, it was around 38, 39, and when I checked it, it was 21. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna wait, yeah, it might be cheaper the next time, but it might also go back to, well, a higher price, you know. And don't get me wrong, I believe every deck and artist deserves to be compensated accordingly, you know, but we cannot forget this only has like 30 something cards. It's not a 45 or 54 card deck, you know. Let me see, yeah, 33 I think it was, yeah, 33, yeah. Which is not a lot, and when you pay almost $40 or 40 euros, you know, for a 33 card deck, yeah, again, for me, that is quite a bit, especially when we talk mass market. Anyway, oh, I love that. Those eyes. So, yes, like I said, for me, this kind of gave me that boost, you know, to, yeah, go for it with this one. And I'm very happy, because even though in, like I said, my original thinking, I am gonna use this in my SecMath and my best set practice, you know. I already know that there are other practices, yeah, I can put this towards. Which one? My root work, you know, as a root worker, I practice hoodoo, you know. I can definitely work with any kind of plant deck. Like I said, the only thing I do, what's the word? I kind of miss are my keywords, you know. The book itself doesn't really go into keywords in that sense, yeah. It gives you the picture, it gives you the name, the number, the Latin name, the planets. On most of the cards you see them here too. The element it's associated with. And then you get the magical meaning, a little bit of history in that sense, you know. Plant spirit medicine, which is beautiful, divinatory meaning, and reverse divinatory meaning. Now, I'm not a reverse kind of reader. I do it, for example, in the Oracle of Between the Worlds, because again, you have a little amount of cards, and two, yeah, by making them reverse, you're gonna double, well, your card meanings in that sense, right? So I might do that with this one. I didn't make a decision definitely yet, but I might do it with this one. Anyway, again, this one is the Magical Botanical Oracle. I'm very glad I went for this one. I was going back and forth with this, back and forth, and like I said, I think with the segment practice, it kind of pulled me over the edge to get it, you know. Now that I have it, I know it's gonna get other uses, but yeah, it really came into my collection for this use, you know. So let me put my own also aside. Oh my god, this one feels, it felt normal before, but now that I, well, chopped mine, it really feels big. Let me put them here. Okay, so next one, let's see. Okay, let me take this one. I got this one, 50 Plants That Heal. This one is still in order. I placed a booklet underneath it because, well, it was not really telling us much, you know, because this is different. And I was really, again, going back and forth about this, because this just gives information, medicinal kind of information, right? Which as a healer, again, as a root worker, I could definitely use, yeah. But I kind of loved, yeah, the art, yeah, because I like the dark backgrounds for, here we go, my practice, my ancestral practice that I have, well, beginning every month, you know, where I use my Mother Mary. Oh, I didn't get my weavers. I also use my weavers with it. And recently I made this deck to get a little bit of animal energy, you know. Now, I was thinking that when you look at healing aspects, For example, if I just go by some pups that come up, you know, relief cough, so maybe relief, release, you know, softening. I just want to read it and see if I can do something with it. If not, yeah, I'm gonna do my own keywords for almond, yeah, and I might get a white or gold Sharpie and write on them, because I do like this combination, yeah. And like I said, normally I kind of forgot to get it. With this one, the weavers is always next to it. This one was recently that I actually brought in as a little bit of animal energy, and this is why I was attracted to this, because then I got my Black Madonna, I got my weavers, and then I got plants and animal energy, you know. And I think that's gonna work lovely. Let's do a few so that we get a little bit of an idea. I think that's beautiful. But even here, yes, I do say zebra, but I put my I've put my spiritual guidance keyword there, you know, because for this one I already need to go to the book, yeah. For my weavers, I need to go to the book. Yeah, I don't want to have a whole reading session too with this one, so I might just read it, maybe get a sense, and then write a keyword in the front, you know. Because in all honesty it was cheap. I got it for 10 euros, I think it was 10 euro and some cents. So like I said, I might give that a try, you know. But for now, like I said, I was just feeling it a little bit out. I think I know I want to work with it in this way, you know. This is a sure thing. I just need to see how am I gonna go about it when it comes, well, to the plants. But what do you think? Isn't this lovely? I really like this. Oh yeah, I know I'm enjoying this one already. This is beautiful. So yeah, so I cannot do too much because again we still have like a tower of decks here next to me. But yeah, that's the idea, you know. This is what I was thinking about when I bought it, yeah. Because I already went for it last month, because I think this one came in last month. I shipped it off to the printers. That I wanted to pull in some animal energy, and then like I said, when I saw this I was like, oh, that would be great, because then I have some animal energy and I can put some plant energy in there as well, you know. And I could do that of course with other decks, don't get me wrong, but I love the dark aesthetics, you know, because you have that in the Weaver's Oracle, you have that in the Black Madonna, and I specifically made my animal one also in a dark aesthetic, you know. So again, this one, oh, I closed this and it's, oh, okay, not too bad. Yeah, it doesn't have those thumb cutouts. Okay, so yeah, this one, 50 plants that heal. I think there's a book, 100 plants that heal. I might invest in that just to maybe get a bigger sense if that is more extended, you know, for me to write the keywords on it, because the practice with these two, it's really stable, yeah. Most of my practice starts here at the beginning of the month, and from there I expand, you know. So for me it is important that this one will do the job correctly in that sense. Okay, let me put that aside. Which one is next? Okay, let me get this one. This one I had in my wish list, and every time, yeah, I wanted to go for it, I kind of talked myself out of it, like, but is it really necessary? And in all honesty, nothing is really necessary. But I did pre-order, I will put a picture in the in the screen, the new Mary Magdalene Oracle that comes out, because I'm now working with the Mystique of Magdalena. I had that other one, and I was not a fan. The smaller one from very glossy Blue Angel, I think it was. Anyway, when I got that one to work with Magdalena, I wasn't happy, and soon it was kind of gathering dust, you know. So I didn't really work with that one. And then this one came out, and I thought that would definitely work. So I'm working normally with this, and with Mary Magdalene I always work with my Tarot de Marseille. So I thought, because mine is also like this kind of vintagey style deck, yeah. All right, let's go all the way in. Okay, am I still in the screen? Let's see. Okay, let's go like this. I think this is actually a perfect fit. Oh my god, I didn't put them together yet. This is like preview. Oh, I really like that. See what I'm doing here? Oh, I really like that. Okay, let me get these ones out and this one out. Okay, I will put it together later. You see what I'm doing here? Okay, I really like that. And because this is like it's very archetype kind of sense put, right? Let me see the first one. Where's the first one? Here we have here the Democrat and the Pioneer, and then we have here the Alchemist. Yeah, so even though aesthetically now it's looking beautiful, I didn't do work with it yet. So like I said, I'm gonna need to well, work with it to see how that will work for me, because in all honesty I actually think that it might gonna look a little bit more like this, because this is the archetype, right? We're gonna be focusing on this and I'm pulling that back in here, you know. But aesthetically, in that sense, right, I think they look great together, and I could definitely do something with this combination, right? And like I said, this is what I work with now. That other Mary Magdalene Oracle also has a similar kind of aesthetic like this, but it's collage art, right? Like I said, I put a picture in the screen for you. So I cannot wait for that one to come in. I did pre-order that one. It's coming out here in Europe at the end of this month, in the last week or something. So probably beginning of the new month, I'm gonna have that one. But again, for now, I think this combination is actually amazing. Yeah, I really love this. I think I did right, especially when you talk vintage. Sometimes the color differ too much, you know, too much. But with this one, I'm actually kind of liking what I'm seeing. So yeah, big fan. Like I said, it was in my wish list for some time already. I just didn't know if I wanted to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Other decks sometimes come out and then they take, what, precedence almost, right? So again, I was going back and forth, and well, with this one, like I said, I was kind of filling in, well, not holes or empty spaces, because I cannot say that when you have more than 10 decks, you cannot say, I think, that you have really empty spaces. But of course, there's always this part that we can, well, fill in a different way, right? I didn't really show any of these cards. Well, let me do a few quick. Okay, we saw these. So the architect, the healer, and then here you have the rose that is shown. So they look beautiful, huh? I'm now seeing, yeah, here you have wild rose, so that's almost like a suit. Yeah, you have 14 in wild rose. Then you have old garden rose. Let's go a little bit. This is all old garden rose. Okay. And here you go in modern garden rose. Okay. I'm going very quickly because again, we have a whole tower here still next to me. So, okay. So you have like 3 kind of suits almost. Well, not suits, but kind of categories, right? Wild rose, old garden rose, and modern garden rose. So yeah, this is anyway, and the rose itself, right, as a topic, and then we have the archetype. Yeah, I think that will work really well in my practice with Mary Magdalene. Yeah. Okay, so these, okay, I don't have space no more. Although it looks like that. Okay, 2 more decks. This is the Egyptian Star Oracle. I mean, this box is beautiful on the outside. I don't want to complain because, oh my god, it feels luxurious. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna use this for some kind of thing because it's like a drawer, you know, but my deck cannot stay in here because, well, this is the situation. You get this kind of pendant, yeah. Okay, and this is all plastic, but if I would put that here, yeah, then I mean it's gonna be, you know. So I'm gonna use the drawer. I'm gonna find a place where it's actually gonna be, you know, like this, a drawer, you know, because in that sense I love it. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, so confession time. Some might have guessed, you know, because I didn't really update any new videos about the deck and walk. I started the deck and walk, the one that Marlena Teresa invited us in. If you don't know about it, I will link it in the description. Yeah, because in of its own, yeah, it's a beautiful practice. Yeah. I initially joined, yeah, because I wanted to go a little bit deeper in astrology. And I thought the deck and walk would be the perfect thing, right? I kind of got, my mind was too wrapped around the deck and walk in the tarot practice, yeah? And it was not working for me because, again, I already read certain cards very differently than, well, the RWS meanings, right? So what I found was that when we talked planet and we talked zodiac sign and how these two combine then in, for example, a 2 of swords, yeah, that was not fitting. Yeah, I couldn't really wrap my mind around that. So I finished the season, which was spring, yeah, till Gemini. Yeah, Gemini. I still did Gemini, right? I think so. And then I switched, yeah. The fun part was my journal was actually full. I reached my last page. I ordered even a new journal, the same one, exactly the same, just to continue, you know. But then I decided, no, this is not what I want. What I want, yeah, is to truly understand the planets, their associations, their energies, how that affects us, you know. And the same with the zodiac signs. So I got some books, and I really was reading about the Egyptian decans. And I did this Google search, and point being, this one was already in my wish list. Not because I wanted to buy it directly. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I want to know more about it. So it's in my wish list, you know. So anyway, I did a search for Egyptian decans and to get a little bit more information. Yeah, maybe some PDF books, some old books, you know, and I actually found some old books that were really interesting. So I did that again like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I was looking for maybe some new material or something, and then this one popped up, and I was like, okay, but what has that to do with Egyptian decans? So I kind of read. I did the dive about what it was this deck about, and I was like, aha, it's all about the Egyptian decans. So in that sense, because even though I started with the deck and walk, I'm gonna, well, refresh, you know, and go about the planetary and zodiac information, association, energies, and then I want to combine, yeah, that with the Egyptian decans, because this is not about the tarot. And in all honesty, I was warned. My friend, my friend said, "Oh no, that's bullshit. Yeah, why are you doing a deck and walk like that? Because the tarot doesn't fit with astrology. That it's crap." I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult anybody, because I was like, yeah, but I want to try it, and she was like, of course, try it, but it's crap. She said that with a lot of love. Don't get me wrong, yeah. So anyway, I think, like I said, after 3 months, after one season, I was like, yeah. I understood what she meant by that time, you know, like for me at least. I cannot take these energies and put them in that card and have it make sense again to me, you know. Okay, enough talk, enough rambling. Yeah, let me walk through a little bit. So these are the decans we have, because in Egyptian astrology, yeah, you have 37, yeah. So these are the 37 Egyptian decans. Yeah, you have the name and what it would mean then. This again is very new. This actually came in this morning, yeah, so I didn't have too much time yet. And then you have Osiris, Horus, Seth, Isis, and Nephthys, if I say that correctly. So I don't know why these are extra there. Again, I didn't really get the chance yet, but I know, like I said, that they're Egyptian decans, yeah. They even have the little hieroglyphs, you know. So I was very interested. I was like, yes, with this one I want to dive in, because again, I got some PDF books. They're older, you know. I couldn't even get them anymore now without paying like insane prices, because apparently these books are out of print. But yeah, like I said, with my books, even though they're PDF, I need to do that on the computer. And my deck, yeah, I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna do a deep dive. I want to know everything. I want to know everything. That's basically it. I want to know everything. So yes, this one really made me happy, like I said, because it came, I already liked it, because I put it in my wish list, you know. I liked it. But yeah, now I truly understood, yeah, what was his name? Travis McHenry was trying to do here. And again, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Again, not like I work with it and I love the deck. I think I'm gonna love the deck. I just love that it's really, again, a new perspective in Oracle, right? So it's not the everyday kind of Oracle, even though, like I said, we have some, like I hear, love and romance, mixed blessings, harvesting of rewards. I mean, you could do it, yeah, but I think that would sell the deck short, right? Anyway, yeah, this one, like I said, because I was really like, with my deck choices this time, I was really trying to like I said, I cannot say open spaces, but for argument's sake, let's say open spaces, right? I was really trying to fill these open spaces in my practice, in the sense of something new, or a new deck, or a deck that would really fit how I was working that practice already, you know. So in that sense, yeah, this is definitely, well, not completely a new practice, because again, I started a deck and walk. It was just after spring. I made that realization through all those decans already, because, well, there were 3 in every one, so I think I did 9 decans, if I'm not mistaken. And I already knew, you know, like, no, this is not gonna work for me. I need to change this up. So that's what I did with this one. Oh, I kind of forgot. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, one more time. One more time. Because like I said, this was about getting to know the decans. What is kind of fun, because I do have the journey into Egypt of Julia Kusha Watts, if I say that correct. And her guidebook with this deck also really goes into, well, more the Western kind of astrology things, you know. So I was thinking that maybe, I don't know how yet, I really have no clue how yet, yeah. But I was like, maybe I can work with them together, you know, maybe. I have no clue how yet, but because this is also very astrological, you know, I mean, even here, like for example, the Nine of Cups. These are the second 10 days of the full moon cycle of Sagittarius. Yeah, and again, in her guidebook, she goes in great detail, you know. So it's like, I have no clue how yet, yeah, but I might be able to work with that, you know. I was also thinking that even if I do my study about the Egyptian decans, I can use them maybe as kind of a keyword to pair with this tarot, you know. And I kind of like that idea too. But like I said, I don't want to do the deck disservice. I do want to really dive into the Egyptian decans. But yeah, that was my original thoughts. Oh, and I want to thank, not that he's ever probably gonna see my video, but I wanted to thank Mr. Travis McHenry for portraying the Egyptians like black people. I know that might seem small to some people who view this, you know, but as many of my brothers and sisters will tell you, there are so many Egyptian decks out there, and only a very few of them, yeah, actually portray the Egyptians as black people, not as beige people and not as white people. You just see here, for example, a color differences, you know, but there are many shades, yeah, in the melanated people. But overall, these are black people, yeah, and I do really want to thank him. In all honesty, I'm very, well, you can say frigid with it, yeah. I will not buy a deck, yeah, if it's Egyptian and it's white people. This is one of the reasons why I actually really love the journey into Egypt, yeah, because we have black people here. She too, yeah, did an amazing job. Yeah, this one, but overall, we have black people here. She did an amazing job with this deck, and even though it's kind of pricey, you know, for me, I rather buy a pricey deck that, well, is not going to irritate the shit out of me. I'm sorry. And I'm really going to be happy with, you know. So yes, yeah, this is what I wanted to mention with this deck with it, because I thought they were very compatible in many ways. So I really like that. I don't like the box though, because this is unyielding. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, but it's beautiful. Why is it not smaller? Seriously, when they take this one out and they do a reprint, I might actually buy it just to get a new box. But it is beautiful. You cannot deny that. Okay, the last one. It fits my practice. I already had this deck, the Shaman's Oracle. I love this deck. I started to not use it anymore because my cards were bent and bowed, yeah, in 6 different directions. I mean, I could not for the life of me, yeah, have this card lay any kind of flat, yeah. This one was up, this one was down. Here in the middle was some kind of bow what made this come up and down at the same time. I mean, I cannot even describe it, seriously. The deck that I had, I don't know what happened with it, yeah, but it almost went demonic on me, seriously. So I sold it, yeah. In all honesty, it was like for 2 or 3 euros because I just wanted to get rid of it, you know. I didn't want to, well, throw it out. And I was honest, yeah, I didn't sell it under false pretenses, yeah. I told them, yeah, the deck has demonic bows. I was planning on getting a new one, you know, to see how that would work. And then you get in that cycle, right? Like, oh, next month, oh, next month, oh, next month. And I think, yeah, it's been now longer than half a year, and I was actually missing it. And then I saw on Amethyst Ascension, she showed the deck again, and I was like, oh, Phyllis, crap, it's time you buy that deck again, you know. So I checked for the price, and it was actually in sale on my Amazon. Yeah, I think I got it for 11 euros or something. So again, I pounced. Yeah, it was like, it's meant to be, give it to me, I need it. That sounded very dirty. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna cut that out either. I love here, yes, I'm acting like that didn't happen. I love here the part here where the ancestors kind of talk, you know. It's something very beautiful. So yeah, like I said, even though I had it before, it got sold because I was sick of it. Not of the deck, but of the cardstock, you know. And well, I need to thank Rochelle, if I say that correct, from Amethyst Ascension, for, well, giving me the wake-up call when she showed it, you know, because this was me telling myself, yeah, it's high time again. I really need to get this deck back, because it was not about working with it. I love this in any kind of ancestral practice, you know. It was just a cardstock, and even though it looks like this cardstock is the same, I'm really gonna hope that it doesn't bow in the same kind of horrific way. I don't know if I'm in the mood. Oh, it's just new, man. I don't know if I'm in the mood yet to go through that one more time, because it came to a point where I would not get this deck out no more, you know. I was just not gonna do it, and I tried everything. Yeah, I think I put over 50 kilos on it, yeah, just to, well, press it back into shape. And again, it was just not gonna work. So even though it's new, it's not new in my collection in the sense of that I never had this deck. It's just a new version for me to finally again enjoy, you know, this beautiful deck. I wish they made it in a better cardstock and maybe some matte, but hey, we can live with it. So again, not new, but a new version, you know, for the collection. Okay, that were a lot of decks. But I call it, yes, it's a haul. Yes, it is a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. But it was very conscious for me, you know. Everything had a reason. Like I said, even when I'm talking about decks like, let me put these aside. Decks like these two. Oh, and with this one, I got lucky too. I cannot believe how lucky I got with this. This one normally here in Europe is swinging between 45 and 54 even euros, you know. And I can see how that can be worth it. Yeah, I can definitely see why that might be worth it like this. But I think it's one of the reasons why every time I wanted it, I ended up not doing it, you know. When I was, well, filling my basket with, oh, well, these necessities, I'm saying it, necessities, yeah, to fill in the practice again, you know, to give that really, well, that space, right? I went back to this one. I was like, shall I buy it? Just in my wish list, right? Shall I buy it? Shall I buy it? I pressed on it to open it up again, you know. The deck was 21 euros. And I was like, oh, hell no, I need to have it. I think this is what made me go, you know, because it was very heavily in sale. And then, yeah, like I said, these didn't have an immediate practice behind it. I was like maybe wanting to build a practice around it. And even though I might see that with this, I'm not sure yet with this. Where with this, I'm really hopeful, you know, like, oh, I can see it. I even ordered another deck for it, you know. With this one, I'm really trying. I'm just having this feeling in the pit of my stomach, and this one was not cheap either, you know. But I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, oh, did I mess up my money, you know. I'm gonna give it a little bit more, of course. I don't think I can really fully know with one card pull and in less than a week, right? But I kind of got a feeling, and I want to get rid of that feeling to really work with that, you know. Anyway, as you can see, there were a lot of decks. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we have this one too. Wait. Yeah. how many did I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 7. Oh my god. Because I'm expecting tomorrow 2 of my own decks to come in. I was working on that Thoth Tarot for people who have seen a video where I showed some of the cards, you know. Tomorrow I'm expecting my first printing to come in of that. And I also showed some months ago already, I did a I redid a deck. It was, I don't have that deck anymore now because, well, I redid the deck. It was the animal power deck, power animal deck, something like that. And I really don't like the art, but the animal with the key little phrase under it was very, very powerful. Yeah, but I didn't like the art. I didn't like the thickness, the glossiness. I didn't like anything of that deck except what it was made for, the spirituality in the deck. So I redid that deck like in my own vision, right? That one will come in tomorrow too. I might come back tomorrow and do an unboxing, you know, of these 2 decks. Then you're gonna see what I'm gonna see the first time, actually having it in my hands, you know. Anyway, till then, I want to thank you all. Let me know what you think about the haul, which decks you like, which you don't like. Maybe you got some well, decks you want to get me onto, you know, like, oh, you don't, you know, about this or this, because I can always use new ideas. Anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed. Bye bye.